Hi everyone. Hello, hello. Hi everyone. Hope everything is working well. We're started just 1 minute early to make sure that everyone has joined, that everyone has time to figure out all the technical details. I'm really happy to see all the people here. Let me know from which places you're joining us so that will be easier for us next time to plan everything in terms of your time zone. So just drop a comment in the chat from which location you're joining us today, and I will be giving very slow, short introduction what we are started with, so making sure that people do have a few minutes to actually join and be on the same page with us. So basically, today we are hosting our first live about our tools on Copilot.us. So you do not need any ChatGPT subscription. We are not going to use ChatGPT either GPTs or how we used to call them plugins. Now we are focusing on Copilot.us apps. So in case you have any questions along the way, because that is something new, we haven't covered it that much on our YouTube channel, even though there are a few videos. So make sure that you double check all the content that we've already created on the topic. And now we're going to cover three tools about general productivity and also the productivity with the papers and documents, how to fill them out, how to work with them. We're going to cover just basic information about our website in general so you can kind of know what to expect from that. And after that, we will also dive into all the details and features of the particular tools that we've had on our description and email. So let me know along the way if you have any questions, if something isn't clear, or I'm going too fast, and I will be happy to cover that one more time to explain everything in more detail. So always here for you and make your experience as smooth as possible. So let's get started. That is 31 minutes already. So I will start very slowly with a short introduction of our website. First of all, if something is not working, if you cannot hear properly, or the screen is not clear, please let me know in the comment section. I'm always checking that during the stream from time to time to make sure that I'm answering all the questions that might arise. So, the first thing, make sure that you go to copilot.us, and here you can see the first thing, just a little description of what you can expect. Dozens of AI apps for personal and business use cases, one subscription. There are subscriptions options, so just feel free to double check everything on our website, all of the deals. And also, if you have been with us for a bit, you know what kind of tools. Before that, those were called plugins. Now that is GPTs. What kind of features we are usually covering, so you know what to expect in terms of functionality and efficiency. We have those apps created right now, and we're still in the process to make sure that all the tools that we have so far can be accessible through our website without the ChatGPT subscription. So once you click on the dashboard, you can go to the actual list of all the tools we've created so far, which is great. You can always see that there, of course, an option of going to ChatGPT. But again, if you do not have the base subscription, if you just want to use the standalone app, the second option is for you. Make sure you go through the whole list of the tools that we've created. Again, there is bunch of different directions you can go with. There are different tools, there are different user cases for them. For example, something might be useful for freelancers, but the same tool would be have a completely different functionality, let's say for small business owners. And of course, on the top, there are different sections like PDF documents and productivity, from which we're going to cover today, chat with PDF and InstaFill. Then there is also web search and discovery, job search and career, content and copywriting. And today we're going to cover one of the tools is harmful text detector and small business, and of course images. Just double check and making sure that everything is clear for you. Let me know if something is off, if something is not working, or I need to explain something one more time. I'll be happy to do that. So let's dive into the first tool that we're going to cover for today, and that is our chat with PDF. If you've worked with it before, either that is a standalone app or plugin or GPT, it is easy to extract and analyze chats with multiple PDFs. This is one of the features that we added. I remember during one of the first live streams, we had a question if it was possible to upload a few PDFs and then work on the same topic. For example, we're going to cover one of our documents will be on climate change. And let's imagine you want to upload like three PDFs on climate change and then accumulate all the information on the topic and work with the chat. That is now possible. And of course, if there is no need for that, we can still work with one PDF or document. So let's get started. Just click on open the app and you're going to be redirected to the simple page right here, which is already the tool itself. Again, just a reminder in case if something is not clear or you need additional information. For example, I can provide you with a link right now. If you need to test the tool and you don't want to spend time searching for that, let me know. I will provide you with everything necessary for that. So here you can see what we need to do to start working with this particular tool is to upload the document. We can do it two ways, either actual uploading the file or providing the link to the file to work with it. Let's see that today I want to work with this particular document. As I mentioned before, there's going to be climate change 2023 document. To be honest, that is just an example. Of course, you can work with any kind of document. What I'm going to do for this particular one, I'm just going to copy the link to the PDF. I go back to the chat and I upload it through the link. To be honest, that is just the way I prefer that because usually I'm working with the files online. So that is just easier for me. Once you've uploaded it, here you can see on the left, we're going to see the preview of the document. So again, that is super easy for you to work with it. You can actually see what to do. After that, you on the right, you can see the actual chat. So again, there are a few ways to proceed. First, of course, you can enter your question. For example, what the document is about, what climate is, what it is like. For example, let's start with what the PDF is about. Let's say we're going to start with that. That is the easiest way usually to start, just to kind of summarize what we are working with. For example, you're not really familiar with the PDF and you need to know if it's, let's say, worth your read. Of course, you can skim through while it's working. You can skim through and see what kind of information you can expect from this particular document. And on the right, you will receive all the information about that. Again, keep in mind that your question cannot be longer than 1,000 characters. Usually, the shorter it is, of course, with the necessary amount of details, the better. And also, there is a new thing that usually we don't have, let's say with chat PDF. To the left of the field where you need to type in the inquiry, there is like a little magic wand icon. And that is like a little helper for you. Like you can, if you're stuck, you're not really sure how to get started working with this particular tool or this particular document, you can click on this magic tool and then you have three examples, let's say, or templates how to get started with this particular document. For example, give me a summary of this document. What is the purpose of the paper and what are the three steps illustrated in figure 2, for example? For some reason, it's taken a little bit longer than usual. Maybe there is something with my connection, or also it gets a little bit slower when I'm streaming something and then I'm working with the paper. Let's see if I refresh it and it's gonna be better. Give me a summary of this document. For example, I really like to start usually with this prompt because it's much easier to understand what is going on, what kind of information we can actually expect, and so on and so on. So right now, again, you can see in a few moments, in case something is not working out as I had previously, like it took a little bit longer than usual, so just refresh the page or change your prompt, everything can be fixed. So as you can see here, we started with clicking on the magic wand and then using what is the summary of this particular document. And then we have document summary, file name, and then sweet and short summary. In case you just need to copy that, you can actually just select it and copy and that paste it to the report or presentation that you're working with. Or in case you wanted to make it faster and make sure you have it on your desktop, you always have the option of downloading the summary in the text form. Also, another feature that I really love using, for example, you're going through something and let's say you need to have a summary of this particular part. For example, this paragraph is something I want to summarize. So you just select this particular paragraph and then Once you're done, there is going to be a pop-up button which says summarize, and as simple as that, just click on that. The following text will be summarized just in a few minutes. I think that is a great way, especially for students to work with the papers, because sometimes you need to summarize different parts of the academic papers. I think that is a great way to get started and get your understanding within the topic, or shorten it, or just rephrase it. Because again, sometimes for essays, you need to have the same essence, the same matter, but in different words. Again, I think that is a great tool for these purposes. So let's recap really quickly. We know how to upload these particular documents in two ways. We know how to get started. If we're stuck, there is a magic wand tool that can get us rolling. After that, of course, we can proceed with regular prompts that we just type in. But remember, the maximum amount of characters is 1,000 characters per prompt. And of course, in case there is something particular want to summarize, we can always select the particular bit of information on the document and then summarize it. I hope everything is clear. Let me know in the chat if that was useful for you, or something is off and you need one more example, one more time to explain something. Let's proceed with the next one. Here we have a sample of contract of employment. Again, what I'm going to do is copy the link to this particular document, go back to the chat. For me, to be honest, you can either refresh it or go back. That is a matter of preference. You can go back again and upload a new document. The same way as I mentioned before, it's easier for me to work with the links. However, there's always a way to upload the file. Here, what we can do, we can not only analyze the papers, academic papers or reports, as we did with the previous example, we can actually ask the chat what kind of document it is, how to improve it. So in our case, that is sample of contract of employment. And what we want to do, let's say, how to improve the contract. So, for example, let's imagine you're either a freelancer that got the contract and you're not really sure if it's going to work for you. Maybe that's securing or only the company that you're working with, or vice versa. You're a small business owner and you need to employ people and you've never done that before, and you're not really sure if attorney or legal support is something you can afford right now. That is a great way to get some basic legal information. You already have, let's say, a template or a draft of the contract. Then you can upload it to chat with PDF tool and ask how to actually improve this particular piece of contract. And here you can have, again, very neatly organized and easy to digest information on how to proceed with the further steps. Again, let me know if everything is clear, if you need more information. I think those two examples are great because they showcase different aspects of this particular tool, chat with PDF. One shows you how you can actually work with information, analyze it, summarize it, and process it. The second example with the contract show you that can also try to improve the documents and files and papers that we are working with. Right now, we are ready to move forward with the next tool that we are going to work with is InstaFill. InstaFill is a great tool if you need to fill out any kinds of papers or documents. For example, you've got a ticket, that is an example that we are going to work with right now. You got a ticket and you need to fill out the form A lot of those forms and filling those out require having Adobe package, because you need to actually work with a file, and then Adobe Acrobat is also sometimes paid, it's sometimes free and included to your laptop. So that is a complicated process. And to be honest, we are trying to make everything for you to ease the whole process of filling out those documents and making that process as efficient as possible. So again, here, once we click on the app InstaFill, you can find it under the document section, which is on the top of our dashboard on the website. Here we need to choose the file that we want to fill out. So that is important to understand. The first file that we need to work with is our file for filling out the information. In my case, that is the form PDF format that I will be filling out once I got the speeding ticket. Here we can see just in a few moments that it will be uploaded, and after that we can also upload the additional information. So here you can see there are two approaches to proceed. First of all, just to recap, we uploaded the information that we already need, ready to work with. So the PDF that we need to fill out. Here, two ways to work with. We either can manually copy and paste or type in the information that we want to fill out. But to be honest, that is not my favorite way. Of course, if you need to provide additional information, that is a great approach. But what I usually um, suggest to do is to have some documents that are pre-made. For example, here you just once create a document where you can put your information, for example, like name, address, and so on and so on, and also take a picture of the ticket. In my case, the speeding ticket that I received, a picture of the ticket from which I need to extract the information. And also, I've prepared the document in which you can find the information, like, for example, my email address, my name, and so on and so on. So I uploaded those two documents beforehand. I uploaded the PDF that we want to work with, and we are ready to press I'm done, fill the document. Here we can see the first question. Thank you. The question is, why only 1000 characters in prompt? Because directly in chat you can add more. Plus, what is the advantage of using over directly with chat PDF? Just in a minute, I'm going to come back to this question. Just want to finish up with InstaFill. Is here, as you can see, the file that we uploaded was the version of this TR205, which was empty. And now, after we uploaded, after that, the information about my personal information, like the address and so on, and we took a picture of the ticket. Everything is filled out. We didn't need to have the Acrobat. We didn't need to have any additional products. And again, if you remember, we had the field for additional information. I just didn't want to waste your time typing something in, but in case you need extra pieces of information on your document, for example, here's statements of fact, we could have prompted put in additional information here. So it's much easier for you to upload the document, fill it out. You don't need to do everything manually. And we are ready to, for example, download it and send it to the relevant institutions. As you can see on the top right, there is like a little file icon. You can download it, save it, and then send it to whatever institution needs to be sent. Coming back to the question. So, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, the chat PDF, usually to use those GPTs, you need to have the paid version of ChatGPT. Here, what we are trying to do, we're trying to create standalone apps. When you don't need to have ChatGPT subscription, you can actually use the apps on our website. So, in case you don't have the subscription version, do we need subscription? That is what I'm saying. Do we need subscription to ChatGPT? That is currently what I was just saying, that you do not need subscription to ChatGPT to go to our website. Just as a reminder, that is copilot.us. You can go to our dashboard, and then when you see the list of all the tools, there are two approaches, two options to proceed. Is either go to chat on ChatGPT, of course, the option that all of you are aware of, or you can go to chat on copilot.us, and for example, you will be able to see the standalone apps that are not connected to ChatGPT, and you do not need that subscription. As for the 1000 characters, to be honest, that is just a technical limitation. If that is something that you would say would limit your capabilities of using our tools, I would be totally down to talk to our technical team if there are ways to extend that technical limitation. So let me know if that is something that you are usually using, like prompts longer than 1000 character. I'm just curious of user cases and how popular that would be actually for requirement. And talking about your feedback also on all our videos, and also under the description box under this video, we have a new thing. We've created some kind of like a questionnaire in case you want to request a new tool, or you need to request a new feature for the existing tool already. There's going to be always a link in the description box, so you can actually send us the feedback, and we will make sure that we meet your needs. So if there is something that we don't have the tool so far yet, we will create a new one. If there is something about our existing tool, but you need additional features or additional capabilities, we will be happy to look into that and make sure that everything is working for you. So we are ready to proceed with our third example. Just to recap so far, the first tool was Chat with PDF, where we looked at how to analyze the information with an example of climate change report, and then we uploaded sample of employment contract and asked how to improve that. After that, we proceeded with InstaFill tool, where we uploaded the form that we needed to fill out. After that, we uploaded the speeding ticket that we received in um, pre-ready, pre-designed document with the information, personal information like your full legal name, your address, and so on and so on. And our third tool that we also just created not that long ago is AI Summarizer. As you can see again on the website, make sure that you double check all the tools, you scroll down through all of them thoroughly. AI Summarizer is at the top. It's the freshest tool that we've got so far, even though there are a few upcoming novelties. So keep you posted on everything which is going on within our standalone apps. So AI Summarizer, as you can infer from the name, it is a great tool to create summaries of documents, PDF, web pages, books, reviews, YouTube, and so on and so on. We did have different tools that were similar in the features and capabilities in terms of plugins and GPTs. But again, I want to highlight that once you click on Open App, a you do not need any kind of ChatGPT subscription. You can just go straight to the app and start using that. So I'm going to cover two examples, but again, remember there are such more capabilities to this particular tool. Here you can see there are three sections on the page. The left one is the text or piece of content that we need to work with. There are a few ways to upload this. You can either just copy and paste the text here. You can upload the file, or you can also provide the link to, let's say, the article. After that, the next step, what I would recommend is to choose what kind of summary you want. You can do either paragraphs, so basically an ununified paragraph based on the original text, or create a bullet point list that depends completely on your needs, on your preferences, nothing better, nothing worse. After that, what we can do is either select the summary length through this thingy when we just scroll from short to long or in the middle, or in case you have something very particular, I think that would be super relevant for students. If you have particular amount of text or words or characters, here you can choose custom and set word count. So for example, if you are working with an article and you need 100-word summary after that, that is a great way to have those settings and have all the control you want. After that, to the right, we will see all the summaries that we are working with. So the left, the text that we or piece of content that we uploaded. To the right, there will be the summarized information. And underneath that, you can see that there is also a way to add additional summaries. So for example, if you're working with a very complicated academic paper, for example, you can have summarized the key arguments and conclusions prompt, so that it's not just a regular vague summary, but something extremely specific that you want to get. There is another question, just a second. So the screen in all the application, there is option to click on Chat, ChatGPT, or Copilot, but what is the difference? As I mentioned before, ChatGPT is the usual ChatGPT icon that you work with. So GPTs, to use those, you need the subscription. For Copilot.us, that is our website, that is the website that we've created with our standalone apps. So that will be the product that you see right now on the screen, for example, that is not the ChatGPT interface, that is not the menu of ChatGPT, that is the tools that we've created using AI technologies. However, that is separate from ChatGPT. I hope that is clear. And again, the main difference for you as a customer would be that you do not need the ChatGPT subscription. So for the first example, I just chose a random article on Wired. I'm going to copy my link to this article and paste it on the left. And as you can see, in a few moments, the text just inserted automatically. After that, I would say that I want to have the bullet point summary. Just again, my personal preference. There is all of those settings are some based on what your needs are. And since that is bullet points, I think it's going to be pretty well organized, pretty neatly, and very easy to digest piece of information. So I think I'm fine with the summary to be long. Once you're done with all your settings, you can click summarize and see in a few moments what kind of final result you're going to get. As you can see, it's not super short, but I was expecting that because I put the settings to long text. But it is very easy to scan through. That is very easy to understand what is going on here because I put the bullet points beforehand. Again, there are a few ways to proceed with this. You can either just literally copy and paste the information. You can download the text file and save it for your laptop, for example. Or in case you think like, that is a little bit too long, I want something shorter, you can change the settings and then press re-summarize. Once it's done, again, you can double check how you like this result. In case that is still something that you're not looking for, or you want to work with another example, you can always press delete all content on the top right, proceed with yes, and you're ready to start from scratch. I want to show you another example that is also just regular article. I didn't want to show you too complicated examples for the first live because that is the first live that we are actually dedicating to the tools, not on ChatGPT, but on our website, copilot.us. So I wanted to make sure that everything is clear. In case you are ready for more advanced features, more user cases, let me know. We will be creating more videos for our YouTube channel. However, if you think there is a need for you to have the live session, I will be happy to schedule that. So in this case, I think I want to proceed with selecting all the text, copying that, going back to our app here and pasting the text. Again, super easy, super straightforward, and make sure that you're aware of all the options to upload the content. That is either the link to the article or video or anything else that is copy pasting the information or uploading the file. Just to make sure that we cover all the examples and capabilities, I want to go with a paragraph. And let's say I want to have custom amount of words. 150 would be something I'm looking for, and enter any specific instructions. To be honest, I really think that works great for very complex pieces of information like academic papers and so on and so on. Here, that is just a regular article from publication. So I think I don't really have any specific instructions. I'm ready to summarize it right away. And once it's done, we are ready to see the result. Again, for example, let's say that is a little bit too long. You think it's great, but you want to make it short and sweet. So once we re-enter our information, we can again re-summarize that and then see the new result. And after that, either copy that or download or start over again if that is something that you're not looking for. Again, thank you guys for watching. To recap really quick, we've covered three apps today, which is AI Summarize, InstaFill here, and also Chat with PDF. The live will be saved, so you'll be able to double check all the information. In case you run into any problems, make sure that you contact our support team to make sure that your experience is as smooth as possible. And I'm going to check all the comments one last time right now. Yes, it is clear. It's using its own AI and its app's own AI. I mean, yes, that is correct. Thank you. Just making sure that everything is clear. There are two options for our tools. There might be some tools that are not available as standalone apps at the moment, but we are working on developing those. And everything has two options on our website. That is either proceed with ChatGPT or our own website, as you can see here. So you do not need ChatGPT subscription. Thank you guys for watching our live. I'm really excited that now we can present everything and you do not need ChatGPT for all the tools. You can go around it and use our products and get more productive and efficient. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comment section or comments if you have any problems or comments or suggestions. We will be happy to look over everything and have a great day, guys. Bye bye.